Hey guys, it's Hanie here. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to draw Lewis structure for ionic compound and covalent compound. First, let's draw the Lewis structure of an ionic compound, magnesium chloride. To start off, draw the Lewis structure for the metal and non-metal atoms. Magnesium is a metal atom, meanwhile chlorine is a non-metal atom. Magnesium has 2 valence electrons, hence we put 2 dots to represent 2 valence electrons. Meanwhile, chlorine has 7 valence electrons, so we put 7 dots around the chlorine to represent 7 electrons. Magnesium needs 6 more electrons to achieve an octet configuration, meanwhile chlorine only needs 1. It is easier for magnesium to give off its valence electrons rather than receiving it. So magnesium will donate 2 valence electrons to chlorine, which each one of the chlorine gets 1 electron. Those arrows show how electrons of the magnesium are transferred to chlorine. As you can see, this is the cation and the anions formed. Magnesium has turned into cation because it is now positively charged, and it is precisely known as magnesium ion. Chloride ions have turned into anions because they are now negatively charged, and now they are called chloride ions. Next, draw the Lewis structure of the ionic compound by putting magnesium ion in the middle and chloride ions at both sides of the magnesium. Lastly, complete the structure by putting valence electrons. This type of bond is called ionic bond. Now let's do ammonia for the covalent compound. First step is to sum up the number of the valence electrons for all atoms in the molecules. The total number of electrons of nitrogen is 5 electrons, meanwhile hydrogen is 3 electrons, which sums up to 8 electrons. Next step is to draw the skeletal structure. Each hydrogen has 1 valence electrons, meanwhile nitrogen has 5 valence electrons. These 2 electrons could be paired up to form one single bond, the same for the other 2 pairs. Now this is the skeletal structure of ammonia. One straight line represents one single bond of 2 electrons. Step 3 is to subtract the number of electrons involved in all single bond in the skeletal structure to find the remaining electrons. The total electrons is 8 electrons, and since we have used up 6 electrons, we are now left with 2 electrons. Step 4 is to place the remaining electrons at the terminal atoms until all terminal atoms are octet. Since hydrogen is now in duplet electronic configuration, we don't have to put any electrons at hydrogens anymore. But instead, we place the extra 2 valence electrons at the central atom, which is nitrogen. So, this is the final product. The type of bond of ammonia is covalent bond. So, that it is guys. Thanks for watching.